All right. It's my honor to be here and join the session and welcome you all on our third session of the forum. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to friends in Asia, good evening to all the friends in the United States, and afternoon to friends in Europe. My name is Wenjin. I'm going to be the hostess today. I'm going to introduce our speakers of honor, Dr. Kim, and he's joining us today in Taiwan. Would you like to say hi and a few
Hi,
words?
good morning, all of you.
Hello.
Yeah, here is in the morning. Nice to meet all of you. My name is Kim Manh Tuan. You can call me Kim, that's easier. I'm currently working at the University of Vietnam National University. And last years, actually, I was in the US. I visiting the School of Education, John Hopkins University. And this years, I also got a scholarship from Taiwanese government to visit the National Chengchi University in Taiwan. Nice to meet all of you and hope you enjoy the presentation today of all speaker. And thanks the organizers again for this meaningful event. And I really looking forward to hear from all of you again. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. And our second speaker of honor today is Minh Kim. Would you like to say hi to our audience?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Minh Kim and I'm second year PhD student in George Washington University here. And yeah, nice to meet you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And yeah, I'm very glad to be here to sharing today. Topic with you. Yeah, thank you for
Awesome.
listening
Thank
for
you. Thank
joining.
you so very much. Looking forward to learn from
Mm,
both of you. So for
mm.
today's logistics, we just run through the questions really quick. I will have Mr. Kim to run his slides and to share with you his research, their research. And I'm going to open questions for both of them, both of the speakers. Then the questions can you can type in your questions in the chat, or you can save the questions when we open up questions for our audiences. Without running out further ado, let's get started. All right, the floor is all yours, Kim.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you all here. So yeah, today we would like to sharing regarding the assessing Japanese creativity through Shinto and Buddhism and Confucianism. So I would like to apply the Simonton creativity framework. So I will introduce in my presentation. But we are the village, right, forum of peace. So I'm very glad that today I just joined in this afternoon the Walk for Peace here in Washington D.C. So you see the 19 monks. So they travel by on foot, 2,300 miles from Texas and DC. So yeah, I'm here and Raz, Dr. Raz also here. And yeah, I wish you all good health and at peace always. So first thing first, today, many people of you knowing that already what is origami. It's very special art from Japan. So I like to tell you.
Have you ever heard a word origami? Origami is a paper folding art from Japan. With papers, we can fold a lot of existing things in this world. Its name origami came from two Japanese words, oru, which means fold, and kami, which means paper. When these two words are blended into one word, it becomes origami. By the way, as you noticed, we Japanese pronounce R as L sound. Even though an origin of origami is unknown, it's believed that folding paper began in Japan immediately after paper-making technology had introduced from China in early 7th century. After that, Japanese improved the paper-making technology by their own and created a paper called washi. You may recognize the word washi from washi tape we use for crafts today.
So just very brief regarding the origami, and you can see many shapes. Yeah, you can see here the frog, elephant, and even the dragon, and many more. Complicated. They have even the contest. Olympiad for contesting. Very complicated with thousands of pieces of the paper together. And you can see here so NASA applied that origami. NASA applied that origami principle and origami principle and the way to do. You can see here.
I got into origami after I realized it could be useful for making big space-time structures. And now I love it as a means of not only design, but of prototyping and visualizing design. There's something wonderful about being able to pull something at a very small scale and have it capture design principles that can be applied to a variety of scales.
It's very accessible. You just grab a sheet of paper and you can begin designing anywhere. The challenge about it that I love the most is that in origami, every fold is intimately and geometrically tied to every other fold in the pattern. So to create an adjustment of height or length or width or thickness of any one part affects all of the parts. So it's a highly interdependent, complex network. So it's very fun science space to explore.
Yeah, so you can see the spacecraft and many items, a component of the space. Yeah, they made up from not only inspiration, but also the technique of the we think that it's a games, but it's not. It's the art, and also it's a very scientific one. So in terms of control foundation based on the Tetsuno 1990. So there are many of the foundation of Japanese creativity. You can see, for example, bonsai is a shape of the tree and the small tree, and you can see the rock garden, the Zen garden, right? And so you can see paper folding origami I just mentioned before, and you can see soroban for children building calculator, and also folding fan, and many other things. And you can see that deeply rooting from the control foundation of the it's so-called Japanese creativity, and we can see the many so-called the business application here, even for you can see pocket television or the bioengineering or robot design or home construction, apartment housing, many applications to apply to adapt the control foundation of Japanese creativity. But you can see on the left-hand side, research by Bart and Startman 2024. They did the meta-analysis, synthesizing 41 cross-cultural studies. So with number of the sample size totally, around 10,000 people. So they said that, the small to medium effect size indicating that the Western individuals score higher, on measure of divergent thinking and the creativity, product based, than Eastern individuals. So they screen out 41 cross-cultural empirical studies, and they said that. And but some fact on the right hand side, you can see from the patent, when we talk about the creativity, we talk about the invention. So you can see the Asia, from the 10 years, from the 2011 to 2021, they count right, two-thirds, right? Two-thirds, exactly two-thirds, 67.6% of the patent application worldwide, based on WIPO 2022, and the top 3 global patent office from China, United States and Japan, around from 10 years or so, from 2013 to 2022. So I adapt to the population side. So Japan lives in a per capita innovation. So I count that around 0.025 patents per person in Japan, and United States, right, 0.018, and in China 0.009. Because there is a big population. And Singapore and Korea, if you have the aware of the OECD PISA test, creative thinking assessment 4 years ago, you can see that Singapore and Korea, Singapore number 1 and Korea number 2 in the 64 countries. In the students, creative thinking. So-called ranking is not truly ranking, but based on the mean score between the countries. So Singapore number 1 and Korea number 2. So you can see fact, and the research still have the gap, and we have to deep dive more regarding the creativity in the Eastern and the Western. And you can see here, I would like to say that from the bottom, you can see the standard definition of creativity. So in the creativity field, so there are so-called an acceptance definition of the creative widely. I mean in the society of the researcher and practitioner, they agree about that creativity is the interaction among aptitude, process, and environment, and they have the two adjective is the novel and useful. You can see the originality and the utility. So for example, if one thing to define that creative is have to be something new, and also have to be useful and define within a social context. So you can see here on the left hand side, I quote from Kowalski 2016 that right now most of the assessment right now like the creative thinking score right now dominantly framed within the Western paradigms and often to lack of the diverse cultural components, and not that well in terms of defining creativity in various contexts, various societies. And so so it will misunderstanding the creative potential and in the East in the East. So so it's very a gap, I think, in the gap in also the research and practice, and even in application in business to have the assessment that to do the equity and balancing between East and West. And you can see when do the literature review, we can see that the cultural definition is different, because different countries have a different way of defining creativity. So Western often prioritize novelty, radical breakthrough. So creativity should be something very new, like totally new. And so Eastern is not really that. Eastern, I love I will come back to this word, but I love the kaizen in Japanese, the word meaning that you gradual improvement, step by step, very single small step. So it's not the breakthrough things. It's like today is better than yesterday, and tomorrow, better than today. Even a very single small thing. So it's still, like defining that the new and the creativity. So impact in cultural context. So we have to, adapt the cultural context, into any evaluation framework. And again, you can see so there are two words like evolution and revolution. Yeah, with the evolution, you have to change day by day. Revolution have to suddenly change things in terms of the Western and Eastern. From the linguistic lens, I'm not that expert in the language, but I
that was like my first year.
Ariane, can you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Andrew, could you mute yourself, please? Thank you so very much. Sorry for jumping.
Yeah, thank you. No worry. Thank you so much. So based on the linguistic lens, so you can see from the dictionary, I can see that the Japanese words have the root from the Chinese one. If I correct me, I around Chuang Chao, right? Chuang Chao. Yeah, Chuang Chao. It's it's a creativity in Chinese and and in Japanese it's shoujo, and in Vietnamese it's Sáng Tạo. So it's like the Eastern way, at least in some country like China, Japan, and Vietnamese, we have the mutual, like the very close relation regarding the language. So it means that the balancing between the quit and also the turning idea into action. So something balancing between originality and utility in terms of the language of the Japanese, Chinese and Vietnamese. But if you open the Oxford Learner Dictionary, and also in US they have the very popular dictionary Merriam-Webster. So you can see both of these very popular, popular dictionary, the creativity, just the original and unusual ideas, and also imagination, originality. So they lack of the second part of the creativity definition, utility, value, or usefulness. So here in the language of the in the public one, and it's different from the research area. In the research field, they said that creativity have two, both utility and originality. And here in dictionary, you can see in from this field in the foreign countries, it's lack of the utility one. So right now back to the very core thing today. I think I don't have that much time to explain, and also I'm not very strong. The expertise in this, but I would like to share my view of because you can see on the top right, based on the encyclopedia, you can see here the Shinto, and related beliefs. Related beliefs, around 70.8% of the population, and in terms of the Buddhism and related beliefs, and they have around 67.6%. So totally more than 100%. But you can see that some people have the overlap between two, and Shinto is more than like tradition belief. Tradition belief is not I would say purely religions as the definition, but so many have the overlap of this. And even if you interview someone, I think in Japanese one, they don't talk that they have follow any religions, but the activities, they go into the shrine, they go to the pagoda, they go to they practice and they believe, they follow in this tradition. And also within the Confucianism, the same. It's not. It's a way of the living. It's not, like the following, like the true or religions. And so it's a Confucianism society, like in Vietnam, Korea, South Korea, China, and Japan. We are the chopstick using society. Regarding the Shinto, you can see that it's a harmonized thing with the natural. They have animism, and so they have kami is like that. They have more than 8,000 of the kamis, and everyone, everything, the kind of thing also have the spirit inside. So it means that they emphasize the utility and to fitting with the context, durability, and even with surprises, very subtle, with the innocent delight to the use. And it's not a radical novelty. It's a refinement, recombination, and quiet deviation. So it's like the utility to fit with the context surrounding. Because in the Buddhism, that the interconnectedness, right, and gradual improvement. So everything very well interconnected together. In that means, so nothing is entirely new. So if you see something new, it should be you connect with something, happened as it's before. So it's like the creativity arises from the interconnectedness and the transformation from the existing form to the new thing. So so that's why the Kaizen in Japanese is very popular, not only in the society, but specifically in the production, in the commercial. For example, in the Toyota, the Kaizen, they improve, point by point, thing by thing, step by step, to make a better product day by day, and single person, single worker, they can do the Kaizen, into that thing, so they separate any single creativity things, creative thing. It's not the breakthrough one. It's a tiny thing, but day by day. And Confucianism, it's like, because it's the structure, it's in the frame, it's in the order, the high and the low, in the order, If the people from outside, they say that, it's a very strictly society, in terms of, you can see the examination, right? The health examination in South Korea, in China, in Japan, and in Vietnam, you can see the examination. Wow, they say that health examinations, it means that it's very stressful to the student, and also the other point. But the point is, many people say that the bad side, the black side, the dark side of the box. My point here is thinking and creating inside the box. In that very structural, very heart, of the society. The point, the thing still, the people still thinking and creating inside the box. There are many papers and articles about the creativity within constraints. So the constraint can be something to nurture the creativity, not against the creativity. So it's very interesting that So the Western say that okay, every time you thinking outside the box, but we can with origami paper, the box that we can even thinking and creating inside the box. And I think it's not only in Japan, and also in China, in South Korea, and the other Eastern country also. So I'd like to say my suggestion, my proposal of the introduction to Simonton. So Simonton is a professor in California, and he retired, and he got the so-called model of creativity formula. He said that because there are many people say that okay, the creativity have to be the both originality and utility, and he add the surprise. So a surprise also meaning the non-obvious. So he also applied from many other ideas, and also from the USPTO. It means that the US patent office. So they when they evaluate the new invention application, the patent application. So they based on the three elements: originality, utility, and non-obvious, like surprise. So, but the discovery of the Simonton is he said that so the relationship between three components is have to be multiplication. so not addition. Why? Because if any component is zero, so overall creativity becomes zero. For example, if you're thinking something very, like, daydreaming, right? It's very good idea, but it cannot use. So it's not creativity at all. It's like daydreaming. It's like crazy idea. So so the multiplication here is very, I think very meaningful. And then he adds that the A1, A2, and A3 based on the context. So it's very important because, for example, as I mentioned, in the Eastern, we, separate the utility and even supply, somehow more than originality. So A2 and A3 to be, larger than A1. And my contribution here is, so I apply the, I propose, I think the new thing here, and the geometric scaling by cube root. So cube root, so it's normalize the, multiplicative index between two. It's a little bit of mathematics, but so it's like, so I can use the cube root here. And then you can see here with the, the formula. So actually it's a theory, and we have to do many empirical study to prove this right and correct by, compare between this new formula and the current one and the other, the test battery. But it's my proposal, and I have to propose to the future research. And one note that because Simonton, original formulation based on the personal creativity, but here I'd like to shift to the consensual creativity. It means the product based, and the consensual it means in community, and the cross cultural framework. So it's a new adaptation into that cross cultural framework. And in that way, again, I propose that from my analysis, so the A2 utility is larger than A3 surprise and larger than A1. And again, Shinto Buddhism and Confucianism as I mentioned before. And so the creativity is judged more by usefulness and define surprise than radical novelty. It's different from the Western one. So I would like to highlight that overview. I just share with you that creativity based on this formula, and absent of any component, so the creativity is zero. And also by applying it, we can foster and deeper appreciation of the innovation in the other cultural context. And also we can apply not only in Japanese value, but also the other value, Chinese value, Korean value. And we have the weighting, A1, A2, A3, we can adapt into different culture. Okay, so example, because in my paper I like to example. So you can see on the left top, on the top left, you can see here the Japanese, they very, like they combine between the very creative and also very practical. They use like the mix between the sink and you can reuse the water to sink for the toilet. And you can remember Walkman, right? Walkman 20, 30, 40 years ago, Walkman, they changed from the cassette, right? The radio cassette or the cassette. The first time we can bring the cassette with, in our belt, right? Together and very nice. And also the total watchlet. So here even in the US, it's not like modern like in Japan, in Korea, in China, and regarding the innovation. So when I reading, and I'm very surprised that it's the patent is from the 80 years ago in US. But Toto in Japan, they adapt it and they, improve it. They do in Kaizen and right now it's Toto is the top one, watchlet innovation in the world. And you can see here, it's automatic. It's like robot, right? Help to you to cleaning and also you can listening to music, when you do, you go to restroom. So it's very interesting and very nice. And wow, and 80 years ago. And again, you can see on the top right, also in the last year, Honda also conduct a reusable rocket test. So they're successful. So it's like after the Elon Musk, right, using with the expressive but space. But they adapt it. They can learn it very fast, and they can do it. I think even they can save more than in terms of energy and the thinking that. And they not talk that much, right? They not doing in the media huge like Western one, but they day by day and they very do hard working for the innovation. I would like to gather up all the thing, and also I do like the control responsive assessment. It's a first application of is my paper. So also it can be applied into the AI based assessment tool. You can analyze and because I have the formula, so can apply into the score automatically by the AI. And also future research direction at a talk, we then do empirical study again and again, and doing the fishing question and global framework together. And so thank you for your listening, and I'm welcome for your question and your suggestion and your advice on my research. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing your research. All right, are you ready for the questions? Awesome. Okay, my first question is, what led your research interest in exploring more on creativity, especially in the cross-cultural context you mentioned about Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and in the States, right? What drew you, what get your attention to explore on this topic? I'm so curious.
Thank you. Because I wonder, because in the new era with AI, right? So I think creativity is still very a very important role in, and we have the more than 100 years of understanding the IQ, right? IQ test, and right now I think the time to have to be deep diving into the creativity. So that's why I really interested in researching that, and we like to compare between the country is important.
Cool. My next question is also very personal. After conducting the thorough investigation, what echoed your previous assumptions? What challenged your thoughts?
Wow, very nice. So because because many research, and as I say in my paper, my research, they do the review of, and they said that the Western is more creative than the Eastern. So we have the question mark, the big question mark about it. Is it true? Is it correct? And because it depends on the thing. What is the creativity, right? So if we defining and we understanding creativity differently. So, and also it's a ruler, I mean assessment tool. If we don't have the very equity, the tool, right, to assess with the cross difference, cross culture, we cannot include that, about who is the more creative, right? So 2 point, defining and the assessment tool. So still big gap, still the big question in the research.
Yeah, awesome. Let's get the juicy part. All right. My following question, and also be the third question. What's your understanding of usefulness versus newness? Since Western culture defines creativity, as you mentioned, largely by originality, and Japanese model prioritize utility. If an idea is extremely useful, but only slightly new, like Japanese toilet thing, as you showed us earlier, what is your take in whether to count it as highly creative or not?
Because if we based on the formula, so it's a result of multiplication between the components. So if we follow that formula, so so even for example with the idea of the have a high utility but very small originality. So together we do the multiply together. and then it's like it's like the narrow down. Yeah, so it's like in the between. I mean, it's a medium. It's in the medium value of that. So, but so still, I prefer some idea that both very new and also very high utility. So in that way, it's combined together. It's very high creativity. So that's the point. It's the point. Behind that formula.
Could you explain a little bit more about the formula, since you also mentioned about like the formation of that one, as well as like the sequence in different cultural backgrounds? As you mentioned, in the United States, it will be like they will highly emphasize on originality. However, in the Japanese culture, they will be more focusing on the utility. What the sequence coming out of it? Could you explain more?
Good, thank you. So I think there are no right or wrong approach and right or wrong conception. Because the people different people, different thinking, different definition. So, but my point is we can adapt the different formula for the different people, different culture. So for example, formula in the Western could be more celebrating the originality. So the component, I mean, the weighting number A1 should be larger, and regarding the utility in the Eastern, Eastern side, the utility is more weighting. So so the point is depends. So if we can have it's so-called the adapted formula. So I like that adapted formula. So one adapted formula can use, and then we can compare. So it's like because we always compare between the apple and orange, right? So we have to be some very ruler can measure also the apple and orange together, right? It's very challenging, but it's a point. It's an aim, it's an objective to get to.
I would also call that thinking within the box for measurement.
Cool.
Awesome. I like that, especially adapting that into different cultural backgrounds. That would be amazing. All right. My fourth question would be the rote learning paradox. Since Japanese is famous for strict route memorization, so that's China and most Asian countries, right? And also famous for is like we call that examination hell. Yet Japanese consistently lists the words and patterns as Nobel Prizes, especially per capita. How do you perceive that strict traditional schooling doesn't actually killing creativity?
Cool. It's like I think it's a big question regarding you can see PISA test, right? PISA test is not only mathematics and reading and science. So Japan and Hong Kong and Shanghai, and Singapore, always and Korea always in the top, right? Top rank of the PISA test. And even in 2022 creative thinking test, so they also in the top. So the point is, what's wrong with that test, right? Or what's wrong with the education system, right? So if we believe in, for example, if we believe in the OECD test, right? If we think that okay, somehow we believe in that scale, of the OECD, assessment. So in that way, so it's a bright side of the, the Eastern education system. In Korea, in Shanghai, in Singapore, in Japan, and I think it's a bright side of the examination hell, right? Because in that way the students very very hardworking, they work very hard and they work very seriously, and it's a bright side of the tradition of the learning, right, from the traditional and the Western people, they say that it's a tiger mom, right? Tiger mom. It means that the mother and the father very strictly to, sometimes push the children to work on STEM, mathematics, blah, blah, blah. And then they have not time for, like relaxing sport and the other thing. It's a bad side. But my point is it should be balancing. If the Western children just playing football, right? And just, going to TikTok or Roblox, right? So in that way, they don't have time for, practicing the mathematics. So it's the bad part that they're very strong. They have the relaxed life. But yeah, so the point is, I think, the balancing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, especially in the age of AI, like memorization become more precious than ever, since we can just asking AI to do the analyze, do the assessment, even do the creative stuff. Memorization
Yeah.
become more valuable than ever.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, right now, like open encyclopedia, open dictionary, there in the AI. But I think the AI is so-called, it's a mutual encyclopedia, mutual Britannica for us. So it's like it's a human, it's a humankind knowledge. It's so yeah, I would like to see that it's not like the separate between us and AI, because it's like a book that we write already in generation and generation. So the point is right now the how to to be creative with AI. So AI and humans should be like the collaborating together. Yeah, because it's a knowledge from our human, right? Yeah, it's not very strange thing. It's a human. So how to like use the tool. Yeah, to create.
Yeah, it's also like the Tai Chi, like the yin yang stuff, right? We're manipulating, we're mastering, but also benefit from that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like that, the yin yang. Okay, yeah, yin yang. Yeah, thank you.
The fifth question. Okay, thinking inside the box, as you mentioned earlier, we're often told to think outside the box. However, this article, your article, both of yours, argue that Japanese culture thrives by creating inside the box within strict social rules and traditions. Could limitations and constraints actually make us more creative than total freedom? What's your take? Dr. Kim, you can jump in at any time.
Yeah, Kim. Yeah, Dr. Kim, can you share some point of the thinking inside the box or whatever from the point?
Yeah, actually, like we are really interested in this topic because it's also I think that like everybody interested in education and especially creativity. So right now, like I have done many research in education, especially like implication and influence of AI in creativity and also critical thinking as well. So here we also want to like dig deeper into the fact that like how AI and also how culture actually affect the creativity and critical thinking of student. So this topic today actually like is a foundation for whatever we do in the future. We use these formulas to understand the students like creativity thinking and how to enhance that creativity abilities and competencies for students in the future, and how AI actually affect on the creativity thinking of student. And because like different countries have different cultures, so Japanese and especially like in Eastern culture, like us, we are leaning more on the thinking inside the box. It's actually helping us a lot in terms of increasing our like specialized special knowledge. And because when we have a foundation knowledge, for example, that's actually, I think that's somehow we tend to be more creative because we can combine like different disciplines together, and requiring like certain level of disciplines that actually like certain level of specialized knowledge that actually happens a lot in terms of creative thinking. And that is also the reason why like rote memories, like learning by heart, actually also helping Japanese student and like Eastern students in terms of creativity. When we see the empirical research, we also think that's like like Western culture, like especially in the US, you guys actually have more divergent thinking. Because of this divergent thinking, is actually like students are more confident to ask questions, are more critical in terms of asking questions. So in terms of the products, in terms of the pattern, in terms of the result, related to creativity, I think that's like Japanese is one of the special case compared to like US, and we can compare like Eastern culture and Western culture as well. But Japanese also special case that we also need to think about, and from that standpoint, we actually need to understand about like the Eastern culture, how it actually helped to enhance creative thinking of student. And I think like inside of the box is actually helping us in terms of enhance our specialized knowledge and foundation knowledge to reach certain level, to be more creative, and we also like want to look at if somebody's actually like live in both culture, what will happen? Like if somebody's actually raised on born in Eastern culture and then they work in the US, so what will happen? And also we want to look at like how diversified, how diverse cultures actually have effect on the creativity thinking of students as well. So we have a lot of like plans and interest in the future, and really want to look at how the edtech and the AI actually affect our student critical thinking and creative thinking as well. Yeah.
That would be amazing. Thank you for sharing that. But I'm also curious about like students who are raised and educated in the States, when they have a chance to read abroad in China, Taiwan, or even like Nepal and some countries in Asia, would like their mindset would be changed as well. Oh, looking forward to read all your papers coming up. As I'm monitoring the questions from the chart, there will be one person, Mr. Kip, ask about, in the age of AI, how can we cultivate creativity? Do you have any tips for that?
Oh, cool. Very nice. Yeah. I think, the point, from my point of view, I think we not like compete with AI, because many say, people say that the AI, more creative than pure human and blah, blah, blah. And the point, I think, how we collaborate with them to create the new things. Because many research and papers said that, with the result, combining between the human and AI is better than single AI or better than single human. So when do the combination is better result, better products. So that's why, I think cultivate creativity with AI, not, compete with AI. It's from my point. Yeah. Yeah. Your question, guys.
Right.
I want to add here a little bit, like because because we are worrying so much about AI can have like potential to reduce these critical thinking and creative thinking of student. And that's also a reason why like so many teachers, K-12 teachers and faculty members in Vietnam always ask me the same question like this. So I think that's the ways as we have yin and yang, right? We always have something bad and good of some things, like to say of something. So with AI is also like special case in which we actually like need to educate our student in terms of how to use AI so that it cannot affect our critical thinking and also creativity thinking. So like for me, it's like educate faculty members and also like teachers and students in terms of how to use AI so that we can enhance critical thinking is very important. Because like with AI, that's like in the next 5 years or 10 years, there will be much more change in terms of AI development, and at some point we will reach a GI for sure. So that's like AI will reach the level of human intelligence. But in terms of creativity, I think that's like we still have a lot of things to work on. And And for me, in my case, I always like encourage my student co-work and co-innovate with AI. Right now, it's like a lot of people think that we can ban students from AI, but I think that's like we should actually use AI as co-intelligence, as co-partner to think with us and to work with us. And with AI, I think that it intensifies the ways that we think and challenge our ideas more. So the way that students work with AI should be more involving reflections, involving asking more critical questions, involving more problem solving, and also we want to create the learning experience for students so that in AI can play a critical role in which they challenge the ideas of people, they challenge the ideas of students as well. And right now, I think that AI is one of the most beneficial impact of AI is that it provide us the personalized education and personalized feedback for students. And especially because of that, I think that's like student can have more chance to enhance their fundamental knowledge. And because of their fundamental knowledge and specialized knowledge in terms of many different disciplines, that is one of the most important foundation for them to be creative in the future. And that's why the way we teach, the way we learn, and the way we study also need to change in terms of this AI. AI is like period of times, and in Vietnam we also have a lot of like professional development for faculty members, for K-12 teacher and student as well. And we also try to teach the science of learning in Vietnam as well, because we need to base on the science of learning to help students understand that if they use AI in the wrong ways, that's actually affect their divergent thinking, their critical thinking and creativity thinking of themselves in the future. And because of that, we need to really use AI smarter and use AI in a strategic way, so that do not affect the critical thinking and creativity thinking of students. So yeah, that's a little bit some things that I want to add on. Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow, that's amazing. And sharing same context, like students in China were doing the same. Like last time I taught like academic writing in English, and the students collaborated with AI to find some of the philosophies from their theoretical foundations to support their work, not to replace their creativity. All right. I thought like could we extend it for a few minutes since I saw questions are coming up? Yes, Raj, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kim, for this very creative presentation. And I and Kim are very close friends. And 2 hours ago, we were walking with monks in Washington, D.C. together.
Yeah, your connection.
So thank you very much, Kim, for this presentation. I have just three from you all. And these questions are little abstract questions, it sounds. The first question is, you mentioned the art, the paper art, the creativity. What are the wisdom behind that creativity? It was related to spiritual practices, or it was related to some economic purposes? Or what was the wisdom or purpose of that creativity in ancient Japanese society? One question. And you mentioned Shintoism, Buddhism, and Confucianism. And in another side, you mentioned 3 countries named United States, China, and Japan. So my question is, Shintoism is primarily based on nature. Its creativity depends on the natures. It learns from the nature, from inside, within. And Confucianism focuses on the meritocracy. Means those who are able can create new. This is the idea of Confucianism. So how you found in Japanese creativity, what was the mix of or the influence of learning from nature or learning from by birth, by natural capacities that brings from the gene. So what might be the influence of these three ancient wisdom in Japanese creativity? And you mentioned the countries' name: United States, China, and Japan. And you mentioned the PISA result as well. So my question is, the creativity depends on culture or economics? How you evaluate Japanese creativity on this lens? Japan is economically developed. That's why creativity is being developed there. Or United States is economically developed. That's why creativity is high here. Or there is cultural root in such creativity. So how you think in this line? So my questions are a little abstract, and it demands little in-depth analysis, I guess. So how you think in this line as well when you are doing research in Japanese creativity?
Thank you.
You got my point, or I made you confused?
Yeah. A little bit confused because I think internet connection also, because it's like but and also I see that very big question, interesting one, and also what to write 3 other papers. So 3 papers on that. So I just like to just very briefly regarding the wisdom. So when we talk about creativity, so it's like something new and something useful. I think the point, the wisdom here is from the goodwill. Like goodwill to to do something better. For the society, for the community, and for the self and for the community. So that's a point. So that's from the wisdom is it's so-called the goodwill, right? The goodwill to do the new and very useful thing. And also and you explore very new point. I think would like to be in the future direction of the research. You talk about economy in the impact again regarding the creativity. It's like the foundation. It's like a very context, right? The condition for further development of creativity. So I think it's similar to the education. For example, you can see when the country more wealthy and they have the money condition, they have the more budget for invest again into the education. So it's a big question, and also it's making the gap larger between the country and country. So that's the point I think in the future direction of the so-called the impact on creativity. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to thank Dr. Kim. Oh, so both of you, your last name is Kim, right?
Yeah, we have the same family name.
Actually, it's very, very special because like Kim in Vietnam is very rare. Like 60 or 70% of people in Vietnam actually have last name Nguyen, as you probably know. But we actually like not related, like not relatives at all, but we actually have the same family name.
Okay.
Your first name are different. Minh,
and Tuan,
and Man. And Man, right? Okay.
You speak a little bit Chinese?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate what I learned. I've never thought that, people are assessing creativity. I've never, heard of these algorithm before. Thank you. I learned things. So I have a question. So you kind of modified their algorithm, right? The Western. So what's the original Western algorithm? Do they have those weights for these different things they have? Or you have just changed the weights? or you edit. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah. Thank
I'm
you,
not
thank you,
clear
thank
about
you.
this.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, right now, yeah, you're right. Right now right now I think because the field of the creativity assessment right now, rising up, even with the AI right now. And but traditionally they mostly based on the divergent thinking. So divergent thinking, it means that like brainstorming, when for example when you use like a mouse, so a mouse, right? But you thinking of the 10 other use of the mouse, for example, right, like that. So if your thinking, you can, make very divergent, diverse, ideas of how to use of this mouse in many other, like application. So it's one, I mean, simplifying to clarify what they are right now currently using, like the text, like the text tool for the creativity. But the point I do today is formula based on the definition. It's still new here. It's still new right now in the field, I think so. So there are very few, convert from the definition, so-called standard definition, into the practical assessment tool. So I think it's right now under development. And then I would like to add the point to, context-based in the Eastern culture also to that formula. So, you know what I mean? I mean that right now the formula for the creativity is very still under development and under, like the debate, right? And traditionally they have around 70 years and 50 years of the creative thinking assessment, but based on I think from very basic one, and still, like divergent thinking, and the other point is not like really, not explain the standard definition well. So I think it's a gap of research right now. Yeah.
And one of the formulas actually from Simonton's actually like focus on personal creativities, and Dr. Minh here actually also want to emphasize on consensual creativities. That means that's like maybe group creativities and also like different culture creative. So that's he want to mention like different weight of different cultures when we want to measure creativities, and try to like in the future, maybe when we do some like experiments or empirical research, we will use the different formulas, different weight in different situations, so that we can measure and compare the creativity thinking of students from the Western culture and from the Eastern culture, and how actually affect the general creativities of the nation, and especially like of the group of people, right? So what he actually like modify here is also like want to emphasize on the weight and the different situations and the cultures differences between different areas of the world, and not just individuals compared to the original Simonton formulas. Yeah.
This is very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Thank you. And the time, right?
All right. Do we have any announcement? I know like the early bird registration for AERA ends today or tomorrow, depends on where you're located right now. In the east part will be ending today, but still extended like a couple more days, but since they're counting as Pacific time, I think.
No, any other questions? If no,
I think so.
Yeah. I have good news here. For the first time in our SAERA platform, guess how many people are watching right now? For the first time, we reached over
175.
No, 109 people. Wow.
That's amazing.
Yes,
Awesome.
great job. And also they are frustrated because they can't get in the Zoom. It's my apology. I want to apologize for all the people who cannot get in the Zoom. I will fix it right after this, because I will get rid of that registration so that in the future people don't have to register anymore and they can just come in, because they all really wanted to cherish that opportunity to have this kind of face-to-face interaction with the speakers. All right, how about everybody in the Zoom or in in the video channel, just join me and say thank you, gratitude for all the speakers, both Kims, even though they're not related. I thought maybe they're brothers. Okay. And also for Wenjin, a wonderful job being the host. Yes, all right. And also for everybody's questions. And next, I'm going to make a quick several announcements. For next week, we are going to change our focus, because this week is about creativity. And next week, we're going to have Dr. Manh Tuan, I'm not sure I said it right, from University of, hold on, let me turn on the subtitle, from University of California, Santa Barbara, and also Dr. Brian Lander from the Brown University. And they will be talking about Unforgetting Histories, Indigenous and Buddhist Philosophical and Ancient China Environmental Perspective. Is that exciting to you? I am eager to learn from them both, especially like Dr. Brian Lander. He actually has been doing all those research about ancient China and how they, protect the environment, and how can we create a more beautiful global village together. And Dr. Manh Tuan did his research in the indigenous and population, South Asia. So yes, I'm looking forward to this session. And next, for the February 25th, this is a very interesting combination. I will be talking from the positive psychology. Ryan McAlevin, if you don't know, he is the managing director of U.S.-China Education Trust. So it's more like a politician perspective. I'm from the psychology perspective. And Dr. Philip Hui, he is the founding president of Live Well Learning Institute in LA, actually. So I'm going to meet him this time in April. Yes, and he will be talking about from the aging population, because he's doing a lot of well-being project for the seniors in the United States. And Dr. Yubo Zhang is going to be the moderator, and she's our VP for the Senior American Educational Research Association. Okay, I'm not going to go. Oh yeah, Karen, Karen is here. Like, come on, make some noise for yourself so that they are eager to come to your session. And Adrian is here. Yes, what you will be talking about? Adrian still here?
I don't think so. He left earlier.
Okay. Karen, you want to quickly share with everybody what you'll be sharing?
I think we're probably going to talk how Adrian and how we started to collaborate. I think that might be interesting. Yeah.
From the speed dating, right? And Wenjin, you will be talking about the less is more. Okay, you want to quickly share?
Like when we're talking about cultural response, cultural relevant pedagogy, which is pretty prevalent, right? But when we are practicing that, they're definitely associated with more work, more energy, more workload. How can we balance that? Can we do a little bit less?
Yeah, we need that. We need less. Okay. Okay. All right. Winnie is here, actually. Winnie is still here? I think you're still here, right?
I think so.
Yes,
I saw.
Yeah. Hi, Winnie.
Hi.
Quick kind of tease for what you will be sharing. And Raj is here. Like Raj. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Also from our speeding date.
We met in the speed dating. Yes. So dating worked,
Yeah. Looking forward.
Winnie, you want to share what you will be talking about?
I'm going to share about an alternative way of teacher education other than reading the classics, but through daily practice, how to cultivate morality.
Yeah. All right. Sounds exciting. How about Raj, what will you be talking about?
Yes, my interests by heart is to bring all religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Taoism, and Jewish, into common space of social dialogue. What might be the scientific and humanistic values among these religions? And scientific, I will not talk about the religions. I will talk about the spiritual values, which has scientific purposes useful to the humanity, and all values are connected each other, and these values can create the common space of social dialogue in multicultural classrooms. So I'm preparing interfaith and reparative curriculums for small grade children. So interfaith values repair the psychological trauma, conflicts of children, and to repair the conflicts, the interfaith value is needed. So it is dialectical interpretations between interfaith and reparative curriculums. So I will just bring a core humanistic spiritual values from 6 religions and talk. Yeah.
Wow, definitely it's a must see, must hear session, right? Yes, I think you're really trying to see the commonality, among all those different religions. Even though we're different, maybe there are some shared values there. And this is our last online session. The first one is my husband. He cannot get his Zoom. He's frustrated. Okay, so and the second one is Edward Wilson Lee. Is a speaker from the Cambridge University, and Peter Ball from Harvard, and he is the guru. I think everybody should know him, right? He has done a lot of work about the Chinese especially Song history, Song Dynasty and Buddhism. All right, so definitely it's the last, but not the least. All right, here I want to mention the time. This is the only one. The time is 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The reason is because our one speaker is in UK. We don't want him to be here at midnight. Okay, so that's the main reason. All right, so and this is our AERA session. I'm not going to go over one by one. This is in person. I cannot wait to see everybody in person. Yes, all right, a lot of sessions here. Yes, and for the voting is and did
already ended.
Has everybody voted? Please vote for Adrian, for Karen, for Wenjin. Yes, all right. So
it ended.
Maybe has not. You can maybe go check see if you can still vote. So I definitely encourage everybody to vote there, and I'm excited to meet the next board. Okay. All right, so Wenjin here, Adrian here, Karen here. And also registration definitely is actually the day after tomorrow, right? Yes, the day after tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so definitely if you haven't registered, I would encourage you to register ASAP because the price is over 100 difference there. And this is the I forgot who. Okay, Philosophy of Education, San Frontier, and so to join their mailing list. And this is the Chinese Society for Education, scan to submit, CTBE-AERA, and that's January 28th. That's all I have. So thank you so much.
Okay,
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.